Okay, so last time since we met our lovely bunch of murderers, anti-heroes in the name of the Emperor,
Of course.
I think, yeah, you just finished dealing with Ducal Legate's mansion bit. You destroyed absolutely a whole lot, a bunch of, not heretics, but, I mean, yeah, heretics, or rather like sort of cultists serving power, chaos powers. Yeah, they tried to stop you, but of course you plowed through all of them, including some coordinate berserkers. You managed to get second bit of, or rather third bit in total, after Space Hulk and after the first one that Maximilian gave you, of Space Map, and unless I'm mistaken, you have still one more to go. You also managed to, by usage, I think it was Ignatius that used that power that blasted away Ducal Legate to unconsciousness. And if I remember correctly, you decided to take him in, although now that I read the chat, I kinda missed the bits because I don't know that. I know you probably tied him up, but I don't know if you like did anything else to him, as in, I don't know, cut off his hands or something.
I know we probably subdued him, removed all his clothing and armor, stripped him down to make sure he had no concealed weaponry, and then put him in some kind of detaining cell or whatever.
Did it again, damn it.
Yeah, I mean, of course, like you took him back to transports because you used like help of. Yeah, speaking of that Imperial Guard company that helped you with Captain Kanef, I think. I have the
Captain
paper.
Kenneth.
Kenneth, I have like a paper somewhere. Yeah, overall they did pretty well. I think I said it was like a group of 400 men.
4 to 500, yeah.
Yeah, so overall they did pretty well. They only lost like 100, around 100. Yeah, considering the fact that they were assaulting like fortified position, and they at some point when they were finishing with the walls, they were already being attacked by reinforcements coming in from close by, like bases, outposts and whatnot, because that was like area controlled by Severan Dominate on the planet. So yeah, you managed to evacuate to landing zone, extraction zone, dropships appeared, you loaded up with your captive, and then you fly up back again to orbit. So you're up.
I just wanted to reiterate, before we actually brought him aboard the Imperial vessel, I think we agreed that Lyra did that sororitas ability that essentially purges the mind and presence of all demonic presence within the person.
Oh, so I'm probably forgot about that because this is the first time I'm hearing about this, or I think
That's what the plan was, to detain him, purge his mind, and then bring him in for questioning, and then kill him.
Intriguing.
Okay, so yeah, you will see how that plan goes. I mean, you managed to, you managed to do the entire ritual, but of course that doesn't mean he becomes conscious.
Of course.
Yeah, unless you like wake him up, or unless some time passes.
It's literally just to make sure he's not a demon host. He's back to himself for the moment, so he can get some.
Yeah, actually, that purge did something because he also bear the mark of Nurgle like the others, so he was like more resistant to damage and had like more wounds, because that Nurgle gives that to you, the bloated skin. So yeah, that fell off, and currently he looks, even though he looks more pale, he also looks more healthy because the corruption and the mark just went away. Because to be honest, I'm not sure if the entire ritual required some sort of skill check and without...
It's a fate point spent that all sororitas spend a fate point.
If that's a fate point spent, then it's no problem at all.
It takes some time, but it's you spend a fate point to do it, I believe.
Okay. I mean, you didn't exactly she wouldn't have exactly time to conduct that ritual on the surface of the planet because reinforcements were coming, and no matter how good Captain Kenneth with his troops were, they would get overwhelmed within 10 to 15 minutes. And I would assume that the ritual takes longer than that.
Probably.
So maybe, just maybe she had time to do that ritual as you were on the way to Imperial flagship where Admiral Johannes is residing.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Or just as you arrived on the hangar, she just waited in the ship and you made sure that nobody comes to avoid any contamination and whatnot. But anyways, yeah, it seems bearable and my suspension of disbelief is not snapped. So we start as you immediately arrive upon Imperial capital ship commandeered by Admiral Johannes. The battle group is around. I mean, part of it, because part is on the backlines where they're figuring plan, and the other part is still engaged in fierce fighting against a few, but not too many, dominate ships, but mostly orcish ships that are amassing and trying to cut off Imperial access from the orbit, so no more reinforcements would come. But yeah, that the fight is being fought in the background, and even though orcs have numbers, well, Imperials have superior firepower, so it's even us out. Yeah, anyways, the fight's going on, and of course the troops who disembarked are going on with their regular duties, and Captain Kenneth comes up to you, just typical checking after operation. He comes up, salutes, praise the Emperor. I hope it is to my understanding that operation went well.
Yes, it did. Largely, and thanks to your men. Largely thanks to your men.
He not slightly, well, your tactical help was really wait, what's the word in English? It cannot be overstated.
Invaluable?
Yeah, invaluable, yeah, that's the word I was looking for. And also thanks to you, majority of my men managed to survive, and those who died made sure to take enemies of the Emperor with them.
As they should.
Indeed.
And he's well, unless you want me for something else, I believe I have some reports to write, but if you have free time. Yeah, also you realize normally, of course, there's still that bit when people react with slight nervousness around throne agents, because who knows, maybe Inquisitor will decide just because you die because you might be heretic, but maybe because of the adrenaline and the fact that kinda you were fighting side by side, air quotes, not really, but you were on the same combat mission. Captain Kenneth is acting there's still respect, but also slightly less fear, and that's why then he continues and says, but when I finish probably later that day I will be around Cantina to celebrate success in the name of the Emperor. And of course, if you wish, I will welcome you. You are invited.
We shall keep that in mind. What rank is he again?
Captain.
Thank you, Captain.
I look forward to the victory drink.
And he's hearing that, he gives like a small smile, salutes again. Same here. Good day to you, Inquisitors, and he turns around and goes back to his men, debriefs them, and then they go to different section of the ship.
When he's out of earshot, have we decided whether or not they will be purged?
They knew nothing of what was going on in the mansion. They are still oblivious. I don't think we have told them our true means why we were down there, so no.
Yeah, nobody told them, and as far as you are aware, nobody even went inside the mansion itself. They were too busy.
I mean, we would have known.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. As far as you are aware.
Therefore,
Even if you are fully sure, I need to build player paranoia by some means. But yeah, nobody was in the basement with you, and you didn't say a thing about true meaning of your mission. They only knew that you needed their help to divert Severan Dominate Forces' attention.
In that case, we should take steps to isolate the prisoner.
I believe we were extracted on our own vessel, so they still wouldn't have been made aware of it. I mean, it's not like we're going to be saying, we're bringing a prisoner back. Be like, to everyone. I mean, I assume he's just literally just taken in, detained, and then put in quarantine somewhere, and Lyra did her thing.
Oh yeah, nobody looked twice when Lady Inquisitor ordered, I think. So he was completely quarantined, face and body covered. So nobody would be threatened to be affected by his heresy by looking at him and whatnot. So by that time he probably is in some containment / quarantine vault / cell, awaiting interrogation, and before that waking up.
And that would be our cue. Well,
Thunder?
Cadis, Moriana, I'm going to go get my excruciator kit. Meet me down by the prisoner in a few minutes now, would you? Minutes.
Mariana nods and marches down there with Helgen in hand.
Ramirez, will you be joining us?
Gimpo.
Yep. I'll be there.
In that case, Anthus will look to the Inquisitor. If you will pardon me, Inquisitor, and turn around and walk off to go get his excruciator kit. It's about time for a fun little interrogation.
Yeah, Lyra is I would assume it will be something along the lines. Be on your way, interrogator. Give me results. Or rather, I expect results.
Only the best, Inquisitor. Only the best.
Okay, so he goes for his tools. Anybody else doing something in the meantime?
I have my weapons with me, so yeah, I'd probably head straight there along with Mariana.
Mariana is simply standing outside the room. Helgen pointed, angled down at the floor, just standing at attention, waiting for Crap, what class is Xanthus again? Interrogator. The interrogator to come by. Yep. So
Interrogator is going to interrogate.
You already know. So.
Yeah, so several minutes later, because even if you have everything ready, the ship is big, so it takes rich time to get literally everywhere. All of you gather up, although probably apart from Inquisitor, Lyra trusts you enough that you will get desirable results, and you work long enough that she doesn't feel that she needs to be like watching over your head. She's probably like doing some other very important Inquisitor stuff, maybe talking with Admiral and whatnot. So yeah, the rest of you is gathered up at the containment cell. I don't know, would like Imperial guards like post some guards, or would Inquisitor tell them that just leave the prisoner here, don't ask, don't tell, and just leave this place?
He would probably be watched, whether or not if they're inquisitorial stormtroopers, they might have an idea. If they're just regular guardsmen, then they probably wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, I don't suppose, like, it is flagship, but I don't really think there are inquisitorial stormtroopers on board currently.
Then they would just probably be told to just guard the door, no matter what. They wouldn't be told why. Just you stand here.
Yeah.
Don't you mean?
So obviously there's like 4 guards in typical guardsman garb, weapons in hand. Obviously seeing you, they like all come up to like salute, and I'm gonna say I'm not watching the show, but I swear this was spoiled absolutely fucking everywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate.
Oh,
anyway,
you bastard. Hold the door.
Oh, don't be a bitch, John.
That's the first time for ages in Game of Thrones that actually made me choke up a bit.
He fulfilled his purpose.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're a heartless bastard.
What is my purpose? You hold the door.
I mean, Ignatius is fucking like pyromaniac who burns the heretics, so he has to be heartless. Anyways,
let's go see if he has a heart. Stabs a power sword through his chest cavity.
In character, Ignatius doesn't give a fuck about guardsmen. That's what guardsmen are for. They're there to die.
Yeah.
Well, he would say that as a guard, that's what they're for. That's what they do.
Yeah. Anyways, as you see them, they obviously see you. They like come up to salute and like just probably giving like short report that prisoner is secure. Like, what are your orders?
No, I'm sorry. Who said that? One of the guardsmen?
Yeah, well, like the guardsmen. It doesn't seem like there's a sergeant among them, but probably the one that it was designed to be like small leader of this small group.
In that case, Xanthus would say, "Leave us, please."
Yeah, you don't need to ask them twice. They're like all too happy to leave this place. Like shout again at once, and they're like almost sprinting away from there. They are getting nowhere near inquisitorial stuff, because that gets you killed.
On the way in, Xanthus will probably joke, "These are some very smart guardsmen." It is
One of us was cutting in and out.
Oh, what Xanthus said was, "These are some very smart guardsmen." When an inquisitorial agent says, "Oh, leave us," they run away. If you're anywhere nearby in the next 5 minutes, I might have to kill you. Speaking of, Ramirez, Moriana,
Currently,
Davis. Time for a bit of fun.
Joy.
Now the entire room is up to you. Actually, it's like the room itself when you enter. There's like the room, and then inside there's like another room, like walled cell with large glasses, so you can see what's inside. And in the inside, you see obviously the ducal legate strapped to a, I guess, chair.
Something like that.
Slightly tilted back, so like almost like a dentist. So yes, and then like with and there's like so like a reflector or like a light pointed at his face, not like a lamp pointed at his face that can be just flicked on if you want to piss him off with like too much light. Like that from what I heard, like the typical torture methods are like light all the time.
Do we have like a bowl of water?
Yeah, sure.
Something waterboard him.
Probably this, or if not, then you can get that thing. Get that thing easy enough. I'm gonna even say that probably this is not the first time like Admiral Johans have Inquisition agents on his ship, so this probably might not be the first torture that happens on his ship, so there might be even some leftover toys and tools that you might use. Assuming you don't have them, but I would guess that. Wait, who is Interrogator?
That would be me.
Xanthus.
Yeah, so Xanthus probably has all the necessary tools. Of course, Legate is unconscious.
Would
For
someone
now.
like to wake this man up for me?
I can cast a power. I can do better. Inflict pain.